Welcome to episode number 63. This is the Learn Flute podcast, and I'm Rebecca Fuller, and today we're going to talk about some of the advantages of being a self-learner. Sound fun? Great, let's get started.
You can do it, and Rebecca will show you how, step by step all along the way. Introducing the Learn Flute podcast.
Well, hello again. It's nice to have you here today. The Learn Flute podcast has been going on for 63 episodes already. Now, each week I take notes while I'm teaching, and I keep a running list of things that I think would be interesting to talk about with you in an audio lesson. I get the chance to put a lot of content out here on the website, learnfluteonline.com. It's a perfect, safe place for you all to come and learn how to play the flute in an easy-to-understand sequential order. Success is yours for the taking. Well, let's get started on a new subject today. It'll be fun. Now, this week I was reminded of something I think you'll find interesting. Since you are an online learner, this definitely pertains to you. So first, let me congratulate you for being a self-directed learner. You're among the best because you're here from your own desire and discipline, and that is definitely to be commended. Directing your own life is probably the top thing that gives satisfaction in life, in my opinion. So the things I'm going to list out today will help you even pat yourself on the back further. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that learning in this self-directed fashion allows you to go where your curiosity naturally takes you. Somehow, through some certain sequence of events in your life, you were led to having the desire to playing the flute, right? Now think for a minute. How did you come to this stage? Perhaps you heard someone who plays very well, and it inspired you also to find out if you could learn how to play. Well, being led by curiosity is one of the best ways to land in a learning situation because you are naturally ready and genuinely interested. Being led into a flute school such as mine here online shows you that you are ready to learn and in the proper mind frame to follow instructions as we go along. It's awesome. Now, what we have here is a learning experience that is based on actual learning and skills instead of a regimented, forced set of lessons that are based solely on evaluation and assessment. Now think back onto the formal education you may have received in your life. Which approach was taken? Did you learn about subjects you had no interest in? And were you forced to study for the purpose of not failing a test? Yeah, well, this is pretty normal in the world, and I don't think that there's really an issue with formal education. It's just that everyone is so different. There are so many of us, and we all have different DNA, backgrounds, cultures, likes, interests, dislikes, and all of these things at different moments of our individual lives. So, because you are here under these circumstances will help take your curiosity and learning style into a space of relaxed learning that will keep you interested for many years to come. Now, I could talk about this next item on my list for a very long time, but because I tried to keep these audios short enough to bite and chew in one normal attention span space of time, I will try to make it short. Now, basically, because you're able to come online to my membership areas and consume the lessons on your own time, in your own home, and without someone hovering over you, then you are able to consider this your own safe learning zone, which is free of stress and judgment. It's our own musical non-judgment zone. You can take things at your own pace at the right time of day for you when you're all set and ready. Then you can stop the lessons at any given moment and ponder, practice, and solidify the skills until you're ready to move on again. It's a fabulous situation. Now, learning in this fashion and knowing and feeling the effects of your growth line will create something that is untouchable in any other type of learning environment, and that is self-confidence. Now, anyone who's curious about a subject, finds the proper information, and is allowed to learn in a perfectly calm environment will totally flourish for sure. And as the skills grow, so does confidence. It's a perfect scenario. Now, with all this being said, there are ways to mess up self-learning for sure. I know many homeschooled families, and I'm always curious to not only their approach, but I'm extremely curious about their results. And I've found in the families where the students are constantly struggling and not actually moving forward into higher levels of education, it's because there really isn't any education or proper direction being shown. For example, telling people you're homeschooling but not actually doing any schooling is a problem in more ways than one. So since you're here at Learn Flute Online, we can see that you are clearly seeking and learning, and that is awesome. I'm your guide, and I promise I will not lead you astray. Ask a lot of questions, put in the work, and you'll definitely come out on top. Well, that does it for another audio episode for you awesome flute learners here. And I hope you've been following along and doing your best to implement the strategies and teachings I demonstrate in the membership areas of the Learn Flute online site. It's a great day when you can pick up your beautiful shiny flute and fluently and confidently play a happy tune. It's satisfying and brings you joy. Now, speaking of joy, if you enjoy listening to these audios, I'd like you to let me know. You can either leave me a rating or a testimonial comment here where you're listening, or you can email me at rebecca@learnfluteonline.com. I read every single comment, and I'm interested in your learning style and needs. The world is a better place with more flute players in it for sure. This is episode number 63, where we've just talked about the advantages of being a self-learner. Well, signing out. Ta-ta for now.
Thanks for listening today. Remember that this is where people of all ages, such as you, can come, learn, and play the musical instrument flute in an easy-to-follow, organized manner, and in the privacy and comfort of your own home, on your own schedule.